Live, where news comes first. This is WECT News.
Good afternoon. I'm Kim Ratcliffe, and thanks for joining us for WECT News at midday. Now to the latest on the developing story surrounding Nancy Guthrie. We know a person was taken into custody, but has since been released. Hours after these images were released of the suspect in Guthrie's kidnapping, deputies in Arizona took a man into custody. The man is a delivery driver, and after questioning, he was let go. He says it's possible he delivered packages to Guthrie's home, but he doesn't know her and was not involved in what happened. The hope remains someone will recognize this person and turn them in. We're going to check on more headlines in just a moment, but first, a look at your first alert forecast with Chief Meteorologist Gannon Medwick.
Kim, I really appreciate that as we are looking at two things. The rain we have currently, if you're maybe headed out for lunch in the next little bit, rain gear recommended, still some showers around even though they're thinning. And then the next big rain system that we're watching for this coming weekend, we'll dig into that a little bit in this look at your forecast. First, a quick look outside. One of many locations where still wet pavement will greet you. This is how between Bay and Moore. Still a little hustle and bustle there in Southport on your Easy Pro Express First Alert Skycam network. One of our cooler locations catching a little ocean flow is Southport/Oak Island. But in total, we're working with a good menu of 50s and 60s. Hey, maybe not yesterday's like 70s, but I mean, in the realm, considering how cold it had been for so many weeks. Your latest radar scan offering some of those thinning showers. You see the progression of the thicker, more solid rain off to the east. So that bodes improvement as we head into the late afternoon, certainly dinner time. I think our chances just about wrapped completely. It's a transient system. So let me take you from later this afternoon with future radar. You can see how the system moves on, sets us up for a dry and starry night tonight, tomorrow, Friday, and much of Valentine's Day as well. Stacking up some dryness. So if you have any plans for Valentine's Day, looking better than, we're pulling up to day 5, that's Sunday. The potential for a juicier system knocking on the door. And we'll have a first alert weather day tag for that because the potential for heavier amounts than this system that, we've been tangling with today, more gentle rain. So Sunday is a day to keep in the back of your mind, and we'll keep you advised. On the temperature side of the spectrum, leaning a little chillier again for the next few nights, but nothing like what we had endured over the past couple of weeks. In daytimes, like today, 50s and 60s, just kind of on cruise control through Valentine's Day. 5 days is awesome. Let's do your 7 expanding to 10-day planning forecast. Get Monday, President's Day in there, kind of on the backside of our first alert weather day with the potential for some of those more substantive rain amounts, Kim. And I know you like mild weather, so I know you like the look of next week. There's probably going to be some 70s mixing in with those 60s when we get closer. We'll advise. Back to you.
I like that long stretch of days as well there, Gannon. Thanks so much. Checking your first alert traffic conditions, getting a look at Gannon's forecast. As you would imagine, there's some damp roads out there for you this afternoon. Want to give you a heads up that the Cape Fear Memorial Bridge does get slick, so you do want to pay attention to that. Slow down just a little bit going over the bridge. Hey, if you've got to head out, maybe you're heading over toward the hospital, 17th Street and Delaney. Also looking very damp for your commute this afternoon, and maybe you've got some errands to do in the Pender County area. This is Scotts Hill on US 17. Also damp, but volume on the light side there. And that's a look at your first alert traffic. Now to a safety alert, every parent needs to hear. Law enforcement sounding the alarm about something many of us have right now in our homes. We're talking about guns and the danger from leaving them unsecured. 2 years ago, a family was vacationing in Carolina Beach when their young son got a hold of a gun and accidentally shot and killed himself. It happened at the Waterview condos in 2024. The father of the child, Alejandro Arias, pled guilty to misdemeanor child abuse and failure to secure a firearm. As part of the plea deal, Arias had to do a public service announcement with law enforcement on safe gun storage. District Attorney Jason Smith says it's every gun owner's duty to secure their guns for their family or visitors because it's ultimately about saving lives.
More importantly, not just the criminal charges. If you're being charged with a charge like that, your minor or somebody else's minor that is in your house has either been killed or seriously injured. That's really the consequence. Yes, you.
Here's some of that PSA that was shared by the New Hanover County Sheriff's Office. They work with the DA's office and also the superintendent for New Hanover County Schools to help share the message. And here are a few key takeaways to keep in mind. Firearms should be left unloaded when not in use. Keep the gun locked away in a safe or lockbox. Keeping the gun in your car is not a secure location. Teach your children gun safety from a young age. Make sure they know that the guns are not toys and they should not be touched or played with. North Carolina Attorney General Jeff Jackson is describing new gun data as a reminder as much as it is as a milestone our state seeing an epidemic when it comes to gun violence. Through the state's crime lab, they've received more than 10,000 leads in gun-related offenses. It's thanks to a database called NIBIN, or the National Integrated Ballistic Information Network. So how does this database actually work? Well, investigators at the North Carolina Crime Lab can analyze ballistic evidence for unique markings. Those markings are then logged into the database, which can help link crime scenes and identify potential shooters.
It means that we are way out in front when it comes to connecting the dots between different crimes in different locations.
Jackson says the milestone is met with mixed reaction. He says on one hand, it's good to get so many gun violence leads. On the other, it means we continue to see a lot of shootings in this state. Today, there's public hearings in Holly Ridge, which could make the town a whole lot bigger. Holly Ridge straddles the Pender and Onslow County lines. Now a proposed annexation of more than 1,500 acres between the two counties is on the table. You'll be able to hear from town leaders and developers about plans for all the land. It starts around 6 tonight at the Holly Ridge Community Center on Sound Road. In Pender County today, a chance to learn about property reappraisals and what it means for their property value. Today at a town hall where Pender County leaders hope to teach people about reappraisals, which affect how property taxes are distributed. It's at 6 tonight at Town Hall in Topsail Beach on South Anderson Boulevard. In-person early voting for this year's primary elections begins tomorrow. And to help you learn more about the candidates, WECT and our media partners at WHQR and Port City Daily are hosting candidate forums. One forum in Leland last night featured Republican candidates running for Brunswick County Sheriff and District Attorney for the 15th District. That covers Brunswick, Bladen, and Columbus counties. Sheriff's candidates, Sheriff Brian Chisholm and Tim Daniels, discussed issues like transparency, staffing levels, and working with ICE. DA candidates Jenna Early and J.K. Summers talked about issues ranging from the death penalty to staff turnover and how long investigations take. Full recordings of both forums are inside your WECT News app, on our website, and on our YouTube page. And our next candidate forum is tomorrow night. Candidates running for seats on the New Hanover County Board of Education will answer questions starting at 6 o'clock. We'll stream the forum live on WECT.com, the WECT News Facebook page, and our YouTube channel. Town leaders in Leland are considering switching the way people vote, saying it's time to rethink how candidates are elected. Leaders want to switch to voting districts as the town continues to grow. They've gotten complaints from smaller neighborhoods saying their votes are getting drowned out. And Leland's population has boomed to more than 33,000 since 1989, but its government structure remains the same. Now town leaders are discussing better representation for everyone. Councilmember Veronica Carter supports the idea, saying it's time to give everyone a seat at the table.
As we get larger, we're going to need those different voices and those different opinions at the table. I think it's the right thing to do. I very well could be working myself out of a job.
No official plans have been discussed on how the districts would be created, but Carter says she'd like to see the mayor stay elected at large while council members get elected by district. Leland Town Council will discuss the idea at the agenda meeting next week. Social drinking districts could become the new norm in southeastern North Carolina, and one could be coming to Carolina Beach. Carolina Beach Town Council heard a presentation on creating a social district that would allow people to carry open drinks within a designated area of the town. The proposal focused on the central business district and boardwalk areas. Some neighbors we spoke to say they're not opposed to the idea, they just want it to be properly planned out. Town leaders decided to revisit this when they get a little more information. It's unclear when that will be. And a reminder for you, while the 2026 Milan Cortina Winter Olympics continue over the next couple of weeks, we will not air our usual WECT News at midday or First at 4 newscasts. But we will still continue to bring you your top stories and weather updates here at noon and at 4 on live stream, so you can watch it on our website, Facebook, and YouTube pages. That'll do it for you for WECT News at midday. We hope you have a great afternoon.